All right, getting on Facebook now. Facebook, activated Facebook. About to go on Periscope. Soon to make the transition. Periscope, Twitter is now running. All right, there we go. Going over to Periscope. T minus 15 seconds before we start the show. Waiting for Periscope and Twitter to activate. Instagram is now running. Heading out of session is about to start in about 2 minutes here. Come on, Periscope. Waiting on Periscope and Twitter to get up. Now on Twitch. Twitch is now activated as well. We on those platforms. Now we on Periscope and Twitter. And about to get started in T minus 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Record button is on and bam. Whoa, what up, what up, what a do, what a do, what a do.
Oh, what's going on?
Welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome to the Heading Out of Session tonight, presented by The Radio Show. This is the show we do each and every Thursday night. As you know, we critique music around here. We bring some of the music from the artists that send us music for a chance to get on the radio show. Well, we take tonight to listen to some of that music. And instead of us critiquing the music, we allow each and every one of you out there to critique that music as well. If you see on the screen, you see right there, if you like the song, you can give it a fire emoji. Or if you hate the song and needs work, go ahead and give it a sad and crying emoji right there on the screen. Now, we had quite a few songs that have made it, well, we had a few actually made it last week to the radio show to be a part of Play the Slate on a feature episode of the radio show, which I might as well tell you now. You ask, what is the difference between the radio show and the Heading Out of Session? Well, it's real simple. The radio show is syndicated and it's heard on AM and FM stations across the country, including this coming Saturday where we premiere on KLBP 99.1 out in Long Beach and San Pedro, Long Beach, California, and San Pedro as well. So that is the difference between the two. So tonight, what we're doing is we're listening to some songs, and these songs will get a chance to be on an up-and-coming edition of the radio show on featured on Play It or Slay It, which is hosted every Monday night by myself, MD, artist Monique, and Mary Alex. Now, also tonight, we do bring on an industry professional to not only critique these songs, but also give you some words of wisdom as far as breaking into the music industry. So if you're an independent artist and you're checking this out tonight, you want to get those questions answered about the music industry, we have someone in the building to talk about that tonight as well. But before I go any further, got to bring in MD. MD, what's up, man?
The virus got me down.
The virus got you down. We don't want to say that. The virus got you down.
I don't mean like I got it, but like I'm limited where I can go, the things I can do. I know how everybody feel, but we just got to hang in, I mean, someday we'll conquer this virus and we'll be back to our old playing days. Won't be exactly where we are projected is going to be, but it's a lot of changes being made in America, and those changes not going to disappear. I mean, technology is in the picture in full effect. So get used to the radio show coming out to you this way, Heading Outers come out this way, and we're also going to be starting themes like Industry Connect, our music seminars, or we're going to be trying to do weekly workshops so we can bring professionals to you, to the table, so your independent artists, your independent labels and producers can know a little bit more about the business. Because I'm not saying you got to be a major to make it happen. Only telling you got to be business to make it happen. That's what we're going to try to do, educate a lot of independent urban music prospects how to be more business and don't really rely on just being talented, because that's not the way it's going to be happening anymore,
Definitely.
So, in terms of saying that, let's get it on.
Oh, we gonna get it on tonight, man. We were just talking earlier with our guest. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on right now, and he's very knowledgeable about the music industry as a whole. He knows about this game, been in it for many years. He is the A&R consultant for Universal Republic and co-founder of Chart Vision Incorporated. Got my man Kevin Nelson in the building, man. Kevin, what is going on, man?
What up?
What's going on?
Hey.
Oh, man, we just hanging in there, man. It's just doing what we do around here. Just bringing another radio show to them tonight. Now, Kevin, man, tell us about what's going on with you and your company these days.
Well, I mean, like everybody else, we dealing with this whole pandemic situation, so things are kind of slow, you know. Haven't really been able to do no live shows. That, of course, affects a lot of things. But mainly right now, just kind of developing new artists, looking for the next hot thing and trying to really get this whole viral thing down, because that's really what it's about now. Artists blowing up on the TikToks and the Instagrams and the Spotify. So we're just trying to really get a strong hold on that situation, so that when things do open back up, we can start trying to bring some hot artists out, because, not taking away from anything that's out there right now, but there's very few artists out right now that you can honestly say 10 years from now will still be around. It's just the way that the industry is. So, what we're trying to do at both Chart Vision and my other company, Platinum Vault, is find that artist that's going to be around for the next 10, 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now speaking of which, and looking for that hot artist, what exactly, as far as looking for artists that you look for? What do you look for in an artist? What does an artist have to present to you? How do they need to come at you? What are you looking for right now?
Well, the two main things that I personally look for is commitment. Like, my work ethic is crazy. I mean, that's like so important, because that's the era I come from. I mean, I started my career at Solar and MCA Records and later Motown. All three labels that, when it came to work ethics, you're talking about artists that would rehearse 10 and 12 hours a day. So an artist has to go hard in the paint, and I look for somebody that's going to go as hard for themselves as they expect me to go for them, that understands that this is, a business. It's not just the music, it's about the business. And just something different. I'm not looking for the next Beyonce or the next, Usher, because there's already a Beyonce and an Usher out there. And the chance of being able to compete with them on their level it's not real great. So I'm looking for something that's going to stand out, that's going to be different, that's going to make people gravitate towards that, like some of the things that we've seen happen in the past.
That's kind of funny you say that, man, because, a lot of artists that come on their show, when I see them on the street, one of the main pitches is that they like to pitch to me that they sound like the next Chris Brown, they're the next Usher, they're the next such and such, but they never say that they're the first this person. So, and
I feel like if you really feel like you sound like Chris Brown or what have you, your real career should be trying to get with Chris Brown and sing background for him, to be able to carry the notes that he loses when he's on the stage. Right. Because you're not going to be able to come out and compete with him. As we was talking before the show started, A. Marie was a very, very, very talented artist, super talented. She was beautiful, had a hot record, the whole 9 yards. But the problem was they wanted to make her into the next Beyonce. It wasn't going to happen. Mm-hmm. Beyonce is in a class by herself. So you weren't going to be able to come out with somebody that was going to be able to compete on that level. Just like in the past, you couldn't have the next Whitney when Whitney was hot. As much as people like to compare them, Mariah Carey was not the type of artist that Whitney was. Right. She just wasn't, even though people like to compare them. But every artist the labels tried to come out with as their next Whitney to recreate what Clyde had did with Whitney, it didn't work. Same thing with New Edition. You had groups that slipped through the cracks like Truth, because they was our West Coast version. But as far as a 5-man group, nobody was able to come out and compete with New Edition because it was already done. You understand what I'm saying? When Maurice Starr came out with New Edition, he went back and said, okay, what's missing? There's not a Jackson 5. Like right now, I have granddaughters. I have 12-year-old granddaughters. And I realize there are no young artists out right now that these young girls can fall in love with like we had. My age range, we had New Edition. Later on, they had B2K. Before my age range, they had, say the Jackson 5. Mm-hmm. They tried to do it with mindless behavior, but then they grew them up too fast.
Right.
Yeah. So they didn't give people an opportunity for the young kids to have something. So whoever finds that young group that they come out with, like the Boys, had their era. Immature had their era. They're guaranteed to win.
Right.
Because, you know, when I have, and when I say what I'm saying, I'm not saying it from a racist standpoint, but when I hear my granddaughter tell me a few years ago that she had Bieber fever, that let me know that there was something missing. You know, if you have this 9-year-old black kid that is in love with Justin Bieber, that lets us know that there's something that's missing in this industry, you know, and it's about developing it and finding it. Like, even like right now, if somebody comes to me and they have a kid that's between the ages of 12 and 16 that has potential, I'll personally pay, but they have to be committed for that kid to take guitar lessons, bass lessons, drum lessons, piano lessons, and vocal lessons, because I'm trying to create the next child prodigy that when people see that kid, it's like, oh my God, this is the next Stevie Wonder.
Well, definitely. I mean, we gonna see tonight if we got the next Stevie Wonder, the next Beyonce, or the next such and such right here, man. We gonna check out these songs tonight, right now. In fact, we're gonna kick it off with our first song right now. MD, myself, we make this happen. The Head Now to Session, powered by the radio show. If you want to call in, you got an industry question for Kevin. He's here tonight. You can call in our brand new phone number, 310-327-4694, 310-327-4694. You can go ahead and leave your comment below on this page, and we will read that on the air. So our first artist tonight, gentlemen, we're about to check out one right now. This one, her name is Presley. Song is called Girl Gone Bad. Presley. Song is called Girl Gone Bad. Now, Kevin, we want constructive criticism, all right?
Oh, for sure.
All right, man, let's make it happen. It's the Head Nodders Session, powered by the radio show.
The artist, this song is number one source for sad emoji if this song is whack. You decide. The radio show. Download. Right here. On the Head Nodders Session, powered by the radio show.
This room, if I don't get away from you, you're gonna make me do something I used to. Lips like, ooh, bet they taste like honey too. And if I got a piece of it, I know I never put it, I wouldn't want to. Holding my head, overthinking it, just make you move. I know that we shouldn't be, but it feels good to me. So game over. I like what you do to me, your body to my body. You the type to make a good girl go back, good girl go back, good girl go back. You the type to make a good girl go back, good girl go back, good girl go back.
That's that Presley, Girl Gone Bad. Presley, Girl Gone Bad. That was presented to us probably about a month or so ago. We just now getting to it right now. It's all good. So, MD, what you think about this song here, Presley, Girl Gone Bad?
I like the style that she's trying to get into, and I think she can she can fit in the cracks. And I will give her a shot at Play It to Slay It, the live broadcast on 1580 on our weekly Monday night show for you know, to see, you know, what the girls like her.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I think she deserves the opportunity.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So, Kevin, what you think about this song?
I actually like the record. I don't think it's a hit, but I like it. It's something that I would play and then I would kind of pull up off of it. But I definitely think that she has something. And my main thing is the production. That's the biggest thing. Artists need to really, really, really be aware when they're presenting their things of what the production quality is, because the song is well written. She has a great voice, but the production didn't really grab me, because you have to ask yourself, can you hear this record played on the radio before or after the current top 40 that's out there.
So I guess what you saying is that
I would
couldn't see
definitely
yourself
play it
playing
though
it.
and not slay it.
You would play it,
No.
okay.
I would definitely play it and not slay it.
Okay, all right. So you on that note, you guys think it's good enough to move on to play it or slay it on the radio show on a future episode?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, MD, what you think?
Oh yeah. I'll give her a shot. We'll see how Mary and Monique will grasp onto it. They are biggest critics.
Okay, all right. Well, we going to see if they criticize this next one we got for you right now. This one, Roger Rabbit. Song's called. His artist is named Roger Rabbit. Okay, go figure. We'll talk about the name when we come back. Artist is named Roger Rabbit. Song is called Jesus Walks with Everyone. Roger Rabbit. Song is called Jesus Walks with Everyone. I wonder if it's a gospel song. Anyway, let's check it out. The Head Nodder Session, powered by the radio show.
Jesus walk with me. Jesus walk with everyone. Jesus walk with me. Jesus walk with everyone. Jesus walk with everyone that needs to be walking right, walking tight, walking with love. Jesus take my heart. Jesus take my soul. Jesus take my mind. Jesus take this road and let's see where it goes. Jesus walk with me. Jesus walk with me. Jesus walk with me, walk with me. Jesus walk with me, walk with me. Jesus walk with everyone. Jesus walk with them. Jesus walk with them and them and them and them and them and them and
Okay,
them.
that's Roger Rabbit. The song's called Jesus Walks with Everyone. Roger Rabbit, Jesus Walks with Everyone.
I like to walk on a sunny day.
Okay, I guess where I'm at with it, number one, okay, that name he's not gonna be able to use. Number two, this is a classic song reason of a song, version of a song that needs a lot of work. So let's start kind of figuring out where to start first with this song. So Kevin, if you was this artist, where would you start with this song here as far as getting it off the ground correctly?
I would strip the whole.
That say it like it is.
Yeah, say it like it is, man.
That was a little tricky. I can't really see the potential in the artist. I think that it's one of two things. Either that's not the song for that particular artist, or that artist is not the particular person for that particular song. And I know it sounds like I said the same thing, but actually they're two different things. The song may work if it was placed with another artist. And that artist may have a hit record if they had a different song. You follow what I'm saying? But the two together don't work. As far as the name, with Kanye having Jesus Walks, he could use the name because you can't really copyright names.
Well, no, I'm talking about the name Roger Rabbit. That's the artist.
Oh yeah, the Roger Rabbit.
He can't use that.
That one right there, you're tapping into somebody else's intellectual property, so it can get real tricky. But like I said, I would pass on that one. But I would also tell the artist, that they're welcome to come back with something else, in the future. But it just didn't grab me. It's not bad, but it's just not something. I mean, you have to think, man, there's thousands of artists every week that's trying to get put on.
I like Kevin trying to keep it real clean.
Yeah, I like that political answer too. I like that.
But see,
you're not, that particular song and artist would not be able to stand up in that class with people that's trying to get on, So
exactly.
Right.
Because I understand he's trying to sing gospel, but I heard a lot of gospel music, and this artist don't even come close to the gospel music I've been hearing. He sounds like a person that was in a room with a toy piano and he was planted with 2 fingers, and top of that, he could even sing to make me say, "Whoa, this artist is bad." I don't sugarcoat music for the radio show or any radio program. I mean, you either have it or you don't. Don't try to sneak into the back door doing gospel music and think just because you're using the word Jesus, we're going to kind of break down and say, well, we'll give it a pass because of that. No, it don't work that way. I didn't hear a lot of gospel music. I heard a lot of the word Jesus in a lot of gospel music, and this artist don't even come close to what the artists that I'm used to being hearing. Because this ain't the first time we played gospel music on the radio show or any shows that we done, and we had some off the hook artists singing gospel music. And this person, from rating it from 1 to 10, I have to give it a 0.5.
Whoa, the great Dundee, the great MD, excuse me, has spoken.
Yeah, you know, because you know, I was trained by major producers back in the days. You know, I worked for Patrick Molan, Nita Baker's producer, who did the Angel album. You know, and he had, a couple of platinum singles from that album. You know, and you just can't slide me anything and for me to say okay. It's hard for me to say okay when the project is not okay, because I'm a music producer back in the days myself, and I can't play that well because I had musicians come in and play for me. I play enough to write the song, to let the musicians hear where I'm coming from. Then I bring in people that specialize in instruments so they can lay my track down the right way so I can compete against the world-class artists, and producers. And he didn't. And he just did this, I don't know, with a child toy piano or whatever. And it's not, it's not hitting. I'm sorry, I pray for you to go back to the lab and reevaluate yourself and get yourself on the right track.
That's why we do this show, man.
Yeah, I just can't move him on to the big time.
Okay, all right.
That'd be wrong of me. Jesus wouldn't like me for doing that.
Yeah, I know that was the hard part that you had to get over with it actually being a gospel song. You don't want to, say something negative against the Lord, but I mean, it just didn't work, and God understands.
Did he just say? Wait, let me, because I had got a call. Did he just say Jesus wouldn't like him for that?
Wouldn't like me for saying that it was a bad song. You don't know. It's a fine line, I think, with that personally, and saying that a gospel song is bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Maybe Kevin, you can say a gospel song is bad.
Here's the crazy,
more so than I.
Here's the crazy thing about that. Real fast. Before I started doing R&B, gospel was my thing. I started off in the church. I went to Cornerstone, played drums for the Mighty Voices of Cornerstone with James Cleveland. And my thing was I decided to get into the secular world because I figured all of the shit that goes on in the secular world was going on in the church. That's just keeping it a buck. Right. So I say that to say that when you're doing gospel music and you're marketing it secular, you're talking about competing with people like Dietrich Haddon, Kirk Franklin, Kiara Sheard.
Right, exactly.
Going all the way back to the Clark sisters and Walter Hawkins. Like, you gotta have that real Mary. You gotta have that real fire when you're talking about doing gospel music that you're taking to secular radio, and that just wasn't it. But I don't want to discourage the artist. I'm just saying, come with something better, and we go from there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's what's up. So in other words, I can say that a gospel song is bad and be okay.
As a gospel song, as an R&B song, as a jazz song, as a blues song,
any kind of song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the production's not there. You couldn't sell that. You couldn't play it on radio. It's too Amrish. You know,
Yeah.
it's like someone don't know how to play a keyboard. You know, it's like two fingers. People playing with two fingers. You know, but don't get me wrong about playing with two fingers. I didn't heard songs with 2-finger notes.
Yeah.
But the artist was off the hook.
And see, that's the other thing with Fruity Loops and all of the things that you have these days to work with, even from a production standpoint,
Right.
the song just doesn't stand up to what works in today's market. That's that's the best way to put it. To me, there's no such thing as good or bad music, to be honest.
Right.
I don't think there's no such thing.
Right.
It's good and bad for my taste. You
Right,
understand what I'm saying? And it's also good and bad for today's marketplace. That's not a song that would be good in today's marketplace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But we'll speak upon that in just a second. Let me find that record that I want you guys to peep out. You probably already know about it, but first let me do this real quick. I want to shout out a couple of people checking us out online. Malika Houston, Angels Clubhouse is in the building, checking us out on Facebook. Just to name a few people, just to name one person that's checking us out online. Again, if you want to leave your comment, go ahead and leave your comment below. We will read that on the air, what you think about these songs so far that we have played. Also, what I didn't get a chance to do is I didn't get a chance to let you know on the songs that moved from last week. Eli Banks, about to be lit, and also the Gutter Soul, Day One. So congratulations to those that moved on from last week's show when we had Flaw in the building. I forgot to say that, and I usually put that out there for you. Also, 310-327-4694. 310-327-4694 is the phone number you want to get in and talk to us. Or you can leave your comment below. We'll read that on the air. Kevin and MD, I want to ask you both about it. And you may have heard it, and we're actually going to talk about this more so on the radio show, MD. So if you missed it, we're going to talk about it Monday. But what do you think about Smokey Robinson's new song, the Gang song? What do you think about that?
Oh, that ain't nothing new. He had that gang sung out for years.
Yeah.
It hasn't been, put out there like that.
Okay.
Because he's an old school past singer, and they don't get that kind of clientele no more on radio. But no, that song's been out for a while. I heard that a long time ago.
Okay, all right, Kevin. You think Smokey can get away with that, or he should have had a little nephew or somebody do that song? Huh?
Yeah, I haven't heard the joint yet. I haven't heard it yet.
Okay, yes, it's a gang, I guess, prevention song that he put out a little while ago. That's kind of picking up some steam now. So I was wondering if you had a chance to hear that, and what do you think about Smokey being where he's at in his career to actually put out a song like that to try to, I guess, to get the youth to be out of gangs? I don't think
the ones that it mattered to is gonna respect it. It's almost like it's like I tell people all the time. Snoop and Game, as an example, and they're both relevant. But Snoop and Game saying let's gang troops, that wasn't gonna have the same impact as Nipsey and YG, who both were really in the shit. You know what I'm saying? So Smokey Robinson making a song like it's just nobody's gonna
Pay attention
to that.
Right.
It's like
his best was getting a young gangster's artist to perform that in his behalf, and he just produce it.
Exactly. And that's not to take anything away from Smokey, but I just know how these youngsters think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you gotta be you gotta be in it. You gotta think.
Right.
Chucky wrote a book. Chucky talked about stopping gang violence and everything, and he the one that started this shit, and everybody listening to him. So you think they're gonna listen to Smokey Robinson?
Yeah.
Oh man, let's keep it above.
Yeah, he's somebody's great grandfather.
Exactly. It's not gonna happen.
Right. And he wasn't in no gangs when he was coming up, so they can't relate to him. And they're just gonna say, "Oh, this old motherfucker don't know what the fuck he's talking about."
Exactly.
That's how they gonna do it. Okay. So Smokey did a great thing, but he brought that out. He done it about at least 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago, from what I heard.
Yeah, because I caught it when I was on YouTube.
Right.
I found it.
Okay, that's what's up. But we're gonna check out another song right now. This one, these cats are straight out of OC. The Orange Collective song is called Roscoe. Orange Collective song is called Roscoe.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I like it too.
Now let's see if it's any brand infringement here, okay, gentlemen? Let's check this out right now. Head Nodder Session, powered by the radio show.
West LA, South LA, Pasadena, Long Beach, Inglewood, Anaheim. You're all welcome.
Yeah. This beat so hard. Yeah. Syrup on the seats of my Tahoe. Chicken underneath, that's Roscoe's. Everybody eating, that's gospel. And we ain't feeling pressed, that's waffles. Syrup on the seats of my Tahoe. Chicken underneath, that's Roscoe's. Everybody eating, that's gospel. And we ain't feeling pressed, that's waffles.
Yeah. Syrup on the seats of the Tahoe. If we playing chicken, bet I'm making you a waffle. Driving over y'all like a pothole. Old news, matter of fact, you a fossil. Gospel, calling Philly for the prayer. No shots, till she calling for the layup. Staying down even when the team stay up. Tax dollars ain't coming out my pay stubs. That's bossy, El Presidente. Obama special, extra wings on my next plate. Independent deals never been the end game. Thomas Jefferson with the pen game.
I woke up really early as a little kid, eating it. At the beach with the family, yeah, we really living it. Up at Manchester where the waffles taste fresher. Best breakfast food ever. I grew up watching Snoop Dogg and Pitbull. Living life lavish and soulful. I'm the coach, so I'm feeling boastful. Dream of a tour, so I called them. Ring, ring, hit the team up and we all win. Hollywood Street, everywhere I swear this record gonna be.
That right there, the OC Collective. Orange Collective right there. The song's called Roscoe. So I assume this song is about Roscoe's chicken and waffles. I kind of hear that in the lyrics there. And the video was also, I guess, shot at Roscoe's out in Long Beach. So shout out to the OC Collective for that, making it happen, getting that record to me. So what do you think about this song? Let's start with you, Kevin.
I'm gonna pass that one off to MD.
Okay.
And then come back, come back to me.
Okay.
All right,
MD
go on, MD.
Yeah. Right. Hey, it was too laid back, you know. It sounded, you didn't hear no change into the music. It didn't start low and work its way up. It started low and stayed low, you know, with no energy. Even the music, it sounded like he just looped the track. And the track just went on and 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 on. And you could really tell the verse from the hook line, you know, because the music didn't have no changes. So I wouldn't, you know, it's on a fine line. A lot of these youngsters like music like that, but you know, on the artistic side, I just didn't see it. So I wouldn't, you know, pass it on. I know a lot of them will say, "Oh, this old MF don't know what he's talking about." Yeah, but yeah, I was around a lot of major artists that were hip hop artists, you know, and yes, I know about hip hop. I done hip hop. I produce hip hop, you know. So trust me, I know hip hop like any other music, and I'm just letting you know, you guys gonna have to come with creativity. You know, you can't get one little loop and loop it for the whole 3 and 4 minutes. There's got to be changes within your instrumental track, as well as changes in your vocals. You know, so you got to get artistic. You know, if you're not artistic, you're not going to sell anything.
Yeah. That's
So I'm not passing it on. I mean,
okay. So you stopped the buck stopping right here then.
the buck stop here.
Okay. All right. The buck
No.
stop here. All right. That's what's up. Kevin, what's up?
All right, so let's start with the fact that Roddy Ricch, we know who Roddy Ricch is.
Yeah.
He has the number one
Yep.
hip hop record right now,
Right.
and it starts there. I say all of that to say, just because you're an indie artist, you don't have to sound like it. That's
Right.
the first, you know, that's where I'll start. I personally, out of all of the records that's been played so far, it's probably the one that I like the least myself.
Oh, really?
You
Like
know,
it the least?
It's
Okay.
probably the one that I like the least, even when compared to the Jesus track, because
Right.
that song is
Wow.
something about that record that is still stuck with me. But this record, once we go to the next record, I won't remember anything about it other than the fact that you spoke about Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. That's the only thing I'll remember about this song. So with that said, I mean, I would not pass it on. But this is what I tell people all the time. It's always about who would have thought Don't Worry, Be Happy would be a #1 record. So that's the reason why it's real hard for me when it gets into the critique. And I know what's commercial. I know what I like. I know what the general public will gravitate towards. I know what the labels are looking for. That's not it. However, could he put that record out tomorrow and it go #1? Who's to say? It might happen. Do I think it would happen? No. Would I gamble and bet that it would happen? No, I would bet that it wouldn't. But it is a possibility. So, with that said, if the artist believes in what they're doing, I would say don't let nobody ever stop you. Not me, not MP, not nobody, if you really believe in what you're doing. But you have to understand that means putting your own bag behind it, because I can't see nobody else putting a bag behind that record.
All right. Right. Well, that's what's up. Well, coming up next, we're going to ask Kevin, what are the labels looking for? Also, we're going to explore that contract a little bit, because we haven't talked about what is considered a good deal and what is considered a bad deal. All right, we're going to ask Kevin about that as well. Again, if you want to talk to us, 310-327-4694, 310-327-4694. That is our brand new phone number here for the radio show. If you want to go ahead and do it that way or leave a comment below, we will read that while we're on the air. So let's check out this next one coming up, next artist right now. This artist's name is Mark Twain. Song is called Main Concern. Mark Twain. Song is called Main Concern. All right.
I wonder that's his real name.
Yeah, I wonder if that's his real name too, but we'll find out right now. Let's make it happen. A Head Nodders session powered by the radio show.
Fire emoji if this song is bad. Boom! Sad emoji if this song is whack. You decide what we download. Download. Right here. On the Head Nodders session. Powered by the radio show.
I need the company to rock along with me. I need the company to put your hands up. I need the whole planet, black, Asian, white, and Spanish. I need the whole planet, put your hands up. Now put them up, y'all, put them up, keep them up. And over there, y'all, put them up, keep them up. And right there, y'all, put them up, keep them up. And over there, y'all, put them up, keep them up. Hey, my making sound is my check. My making sound is my check. Fuck accolades and respect. And fuck them big chains on your neck. And fuck your big homes and your beds. My making sound is my check. Check. My making sound is my check. My making sound is my check. Fuck accolades and respect. And fuck them big chains on your neck. And fuck your big homes and your beds. My making sound is my check. My main concern is my check. Fuck accolades and respect. And fuck them big chains on your neck. And if you want paid, then you said. And if you won't, then pay your debts. Rich figures also get wet. This ain't no personal threat. But if you bang, throw your set. But this my dope is it gets. Direct deposit is best. Best to stay out of that shit. This a Kareem City set. Serious like Boba Fett.
That's that Mark Twain. Song's called Main Concern. Mark Twain. Song is called Main Concern. I'm glad you guys are here, because no one would believe me if I told you songs like this are being submitted. Okay, so that's why I'm glad people are here and hear this, and I'm not alone in going through these songs right here. So, MD, I'll go ahead and let you take this first right here and tell us about your thoughts on this song real quick.
This was no different than the previous song we had. It's the same old instrumental track from top to bottom. There's nothing, has no energy. It has no abstract instruments in there. I'm just gonna use for instance, I like scratches in there, something abstract like a keyboard saying, they're not putting no extras in it. It's like a bass line. I don't know if there's any keyboards in there, and a drum beat. And the drum beat don't have no type of good rhythm beat. It's just a regular standard beat, doom, 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 doom. That's standard. You know, I was a drummer. That's standard. You know, you got to come up with something that's a little bit more energetic than just that regular boom, 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 boom. You know, and if you use the drum beat like that, then you better come up with a dynamite bass line to offset it, so it can sound like it has energy. You know, you can't. It's dragging. Let's just say that it's dragging, and I wouldn't go another inch with it. Only I can tell them go back to the lab and reinvent, tweak that song. It has a good bass line, but you're not going nowhere with it, and you're rapping with the bass line. So, I mean, that's so crazy, you know, whatever the bass line is doing, you saying the same thing with the bass line. Like, pathetic.
Okay. That's what's up. Kevin, what you think, man? Go ahead, Kevin.
As Randy Jackson would say, it's gonna be a no for me, dog. I think that the production, as I said earlier, you know, I'm real big on production. You know, I come from an era that production was really important, and the production quality just wasn't there. Interestingly, it's a song that I would personally like to take the record and try and put the artist with a producer that's capable of bringing out what they were trying to do, and then coming back on the show and letting you guys hear what they came up with, if that artist is interested in doing that. Because I can see the potential in that particular artist and what they're trying to do, but it missed it. It missed it. But I can kind of see where they're trying to go. Unlike the previous ones, I couldn't really see where they were trying to go. But with that particular artist, I do see what they were aiming for. They just missed it, you know, in the process.
A whole lot.
Yeah, they missed it. They missed it by a whole lot there. They really did. Hey, but coming up next, Joe, we got Throw on a Towel. We're gonna do Throw on a Towel in just a few moments. But first of all, let's jump into this right now. Hey, all you independent artists, get closer to the speakers right now. Turn your radio up, because these are the two pertinent questions that you really want answered. We're gonna get Kevin here to answer those questions right now. So, Kevin, question number one is, what are the labels looking for right now?
It depends on what label you're going to.
Right.
But the main thing that they're looking for right now is movement on your own. The days of being able to go to a label and get a big budget behind you and sign a label deal and your life change and all of that shit, those days are over. They want to see numbers and understand that going out and buying numbers, it's real easy for us to check the algorithm and see that you went from having 5 followers yesterday to 5,000 today. So I would prefer to see an artist that has 500 engaging followers than to see an artist that has 30 or 40,000 non-engaging followers. So that's one of the main things that they're looking at right now is what's your viral looking like? What's your social media looking like? More so than anything. What type of buzz do you have in the streets? And how do you stand up against what's already out there? And also, are you easy to work with? Are you going to be this artist that I'm going to sign, and right after I sign you, I can't stand you, because it's like a marriage that we're going to enter into. And are you going to be somebody that's going to be a headache, or are you going to be somebody that we're going to be able to work together towards a common goal?
Okay.
You know,
That's
how much
what's
have
up.
you spent? How much money have you spent on yourself? You know, I'm a strong believer, and most labels is like that. You know, you can't come to me expecting me to put a bag behind you when you haven't put the little bit of bag you have yourself behind you. You know, some of the previous records that we heard, you know, now it's nothing to get great production for $300 or $400. So if you're not willing to spend $300 or $400 to get your song properly produced, before you even come and sit down with me, I'm gonna think twice about risking my money behind you. You know, so yeah.
Right, exactly. If you're checking this out right now, go ahead, MD.
Well, I'm going to say that what Kevin really also saying is they're not a welfare social service company. They're looking for someone already have the wheels spinning. Now they know you're not going to have the wheels spinning like they're going to spin them, but they just want to see some evidence of the wheels spinning by you. So if you got a website and your personal website got a store, and you guys are selling your downloads of your single through your website, well, they're going to know how many downloads you're selling. They say, okay, these fans that he got on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it adds up to the sales that they're doing on their own. So that's a major risk we can take, because now we know they can make money. They just need a little help to make money on a larger scale now.
Yeah. And my thing, one of the questions that I always ask artists that come to me is, do you have at least 100 people? Do you have at least 100 people that's willing to spend at least $100 on you every 6 months? So that's $200 a year.
That's funny, man. Yeah, 'cause that's one of the things we look for in a lot of these artists, is if they have people that's willing to spend.
Because
money
if you don't have,
we'll talk about that too.
The support starts within your immediate circle.
Right, your camp.
And if your immediate circle are not willing to support you, normally it's because you don't have what it takes.
Right.
It's because they're supporting other people.
Right.
If you can't, I can't be an artist and my cousin will go and buy Chris Brown's album, but won't buy mine, because that's telling me that I can't compete with Chris Brown. So I need to focus on something else. That's just, that's the reality of the situation, you know?
Right.
And if you think that you really have it, you know, pay your bills on time, get good credit, go take out a loan and put out your project and prove everybody wrong. There's been a few artists that I told people when she was younger that Brandy wasn't gonna go nowhere. Biggest mistake I ever made in my career was not signing Brandy. Mm-hmm. The rest is history. Everybody knows. She's one of my favorite artists now. But I told everybody when I had the opportunity to sign her and manage her, she's not. It's not gonna happen. You know, it's not gonna happen. She's too nasally when she sings, and that's what made her, basically, her tone is what made her. So you just never know, man.
You just never know. Now, but what we do know is about these contracts, and you can identify for artists out there a difference between what is a good contract and what is a bad contract. So let's start with a bad contract. We know there's a lot of artists out there that are known big time, that we all know have signed bad contracts. Give a few examples of what a bad contract consists of.
I think that let's start with what you should look for a good contract.
Okay, let's start with the good then. Let's start with the good.
Well, one of the things you want is definitely flexibility, you know, long-term flexibility. You want a guaranteed release on your project, of course. Key man clause. For those that don't know what a key man clause is, what that's saying is that if I sign you and I leave the label to go to another label, I can take you with me. The reason for that is because as an A&R that signs you, I'm signing you because I believe in you, but that doesn't mean that everybody else at the label believes in you. So you want to make sure that you have a key clause that if I go somewhere else, I'll basically take you along with me. Of course, promo and tour support is important. You want a reasonable advance, because if an artist is trying to worry about how they're going to pay their rent and survive, it takes away from the creativity. You know, and you want to limit your recording commitment as much as possible with what we call an escalating rate. So what that means is that what you hear a lot of artists complain about is they signed a deal that was a standard label deal and they blew up, and then they want to go back to the label and ask for more. Well, you can't do that on any job. So what makes you think you can do it with a record label? Right. But when you sign your record deal, if you do what they call an escalating royalty rate, which says if I sell up to 100,000 units, my royalty rate will be XYZ. Once I cross over that 100,000, it'll go up. Once I cross over 500,000, it'll go up. If you establish that from day one,
Right.
then you'll be able to cover what you're mad about in the future. Because if I gamble my money on you as a label and you're not gambling your money, if it fails, I take all the loss.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't fail, what makes you think that now you should make the money equal to what I'm making? So I always tell artists, go through the door, get an escalating royalty rate. It's the same thing when artists is asking for these crazy numbers to do live shows. If you cannot guarantee me that you will get 1,000 people that will pay $25 to come and see you by yourself without another artist on the bill, don't fix your mouth to ask me for $25,000. It doesn't make sense. So what happens, people they overvalue themselves, you know? So, I mean, I deal with that as a promoter all the time, where you'll have an artist that say they want $12.5, but they can't get 1,000 people to come see them and pay $12.50. They may get 200 people that'll pay $12.50 to come see them, but they want
everybody else is free.
You know, it doesn't make any sense at all. Because if you really, really believe in your numbers, then you're like Beyonce, who doesn't get she has $1 million guarantee, but for the most part, she do a box office split, because that's where you're gonna get your real money, doing a 70-30 split. And I don't know, I think you and I talked about it, Dundee, but you know, Live Nation has this new thing now where the way they work is, let's say an artist, their performance fee is $20,000. Instead of doing the $10,000 up front and $10,000 at the show that they used to would do, they now will give them a $2,000 deposit, which is 10%. Oh. Their back end is based on the percentage that they sell. So if the venue holds 10,000 and they only sell 4,000 seats, they're only getting 40% of that additional money that they're owed. That's the way Live Nation is working now.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Because they got to protect their investment.
Of course.
They have to protect their investment.
Right. You know, and a lot of money, especially when a promoter has to get the facility, has to get the sound, has to get the lighting, has to get the security, has to get concession people. Yeah, it's a lot of things goes on for promoters to pay for to make a show happen.
MD, you know? I told my partner a couple weeks ago, I'm not even sure after this pandemic is over if I even want to get back into doing more concerts, because I realized that when it comes to doing a show, everybody is guaranteed their money except for the promoter. Right. You're the only person. Security is guaranteed their money. The venue is guaranteed their money. The artist is guaranteed their money. The radio advertisement, radio is guaranteed their money. Everybody is guaranteed to make money off your event except for you. If not one person show up, everybody else is still going to be paid, or you're going to have a bad name in the industry.
Right.
But you, on the other hand, you're not guaranteed to make no money. So it's almost like, to be honest, I've come to the realization that I've been doing it so long now that I fed my ego enough, because that's all it's about. With any promoter that's doing shows, the return that you make, it can't compare to the risk that you're doing. So it's all about ego. It's all about being able to say that you did this particular show and have your name on the billboard and hear your production company on the radio and stuff like that. And I say that as somebody that has done it so many times, but I now realize that it's just an ego boost. I can do so much more with that money in order to give me a much larger return, you know?
That's the reason why we're in radio.
Yeah. Exactly. We had to leave that part alone. But so right now, man, we got Kevin Nelson, A&R consultant for Universal Republic and co-founder of Chart Vision Incorporated, on with us tonight here inside of the Head Now session, powered by the radio show Dundee MD. We're making it happen tonight, playing those songs that we're trying to see if they will get a chance to make it a play it or slay it on a future edition of the radio show. If you want to go ahead and comment on those, feel free to leave your comment below, or you could go ahead and call in old school style, easy for me to say, 310-327-4694, 310-327-4694. We will get you on the air to talk to us. So far, just looking at some of the comments that have been on here so far, Randy Hankins, thumbs all the way down. So I guess everything's been thumbs down so far from Randy. And so far also we only had one song that has made it to Play of the Slate on a featured edition of the radio show, and that is Presley, Girl Gone Bad. Presley, Girl Gone Bad. So that's the only song that has made it so far to that.
And that was on the fence.
And that one was on the fence as well. So so far we're gonna see. We got a couple more that may or may not make it tonight. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of throwing the towel. All right. So Kevin, this is throwing the towel. This is when basically if you got a little handkerchief, a little napkin, a little piece of tissue, whatever, a towel right there handy. I'm gonna play a couple records, and you would dictate how long we keep this song going. If it's hurting your ears, throw in the towel. All right?
All right. They said in the chat room that it's no sound.
It's no sound.
Yeah, they said it's no sound in the Instagram chat.
In the Instagram chat, it's no sound? Oh, Instagram. Oh, you know, it might be past that hour now on Instagram. I'll check that in a second while this song is on, all right?
Instagram give us only 55 minutes.
Yeah, only give us 55. Actually, we might be done on Instagram now. Let me check on that real quick. Let's go ahead and jump into this song right here. This is Ramona Moore. Ramona Moore. Song is called Counsel My Soul. Ramona Moore. Song is called Counsel My Soul. All right? Throw in the towel if you hate it. We're going to throw a minute and 30 seconds on the clock. That is the time limit. MD, you got your towel?
I got my towel.
All right, Kevin, you got your towel? I see it waving, or you throw it at the camera. Song's getting cut off. All right, let's make it happen. Heading out of session, powered by the radio show. That made it. So you guys did throw in the towel on that one. That's that. That is Ramona Moore. Song's called "Counsel My Soul." Ramona Moore, "Counsel My Soul." Okay. So what got that to hang in there? MD, go ahead and kick it off.
Production. The way she performed, the way she sing, she has energy. It was something good from the top to the bottom. You should have played that first for the show.
Hey, I only get them as we receive them, and I never know.
Yeah, I know
what's gonna happen. That's why we have the head out session so we can listen to them.
Yeah, that was well put together.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Kevin, what you think about it?
I agree with MD. The production was big. It was a good sound. I personally think she should recut the vocals. She sounds good. She can sing. But I think that the vocal mix wasn't the greatest. And she really needs somebody that can complement her vocals to mix her vocals for her. Other than that, the record's ready to go. It's definitely a good record.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. I like that. All right, let's check this last one out for throwing the towel this week. This one is Barnyard Boogie. Artist is named KZ featuring Stormy Murphy. Barnyard Boogie. Song is called KZ featuring Stormy Murphy. Song is called Barnyard Boogie. All right. Coming up next after this song, we will have Kevin talk about building that fan base. What is needed to do that? We'll talk about that coming up after this. The Head Nodded Session, powered by the radio show. Let go.
I'm headed to the boneyard to get loose. Turning up, going hard with my crew. Moving to the floor, everybody from the line. It don't matter how you dance, let's have a good time. I just wanna see the boneyard boogie, boneyard boogie, boneyard to the club, everybody boogie.
That was a towel. That was a towel being thrown right there. That was a towel. I saw that towel right there. That's by Kevin. Kevin took
Yeah,
that towel. So
I was trying to give it another 4 bars, but yeah, that barnyard is it was a joke. Okay, let me say it like that.
Kevin, what made you throw in that towel so quickly?
I think that I wasn't ready for that after the first. Like, the bad thing about it is, had I heard that song at another time, I probably wouldn't have thrown in the towel as quick. But to hear that coming behind what we had just heard,
yeah,
my ears just wasn't ready for it.
Okay.
And that's the way the game is. See, so when you don't have no idea what song you get ready to play behind who, and you don't know what our reaction is gonna be. That's why I tell artists, you guys need to find producers. Don't depend on a beat maker to make your project great. Get your bona fide producer who knows music arrangement, knows vocal arrangements to get you sounding great. You know, you try to do it yourself or have your little homie to do it for you. This is the kind of criticism you get. You know, we'll throw in the towel quick on you. You know, I don't think it got 15 seconds.
Well, that's why we do throw in the towel, man. I'll let you guys decide how long we should play the song. That's why we do this right here. Now, just to let you know, a couple of shout outs to folks checking us out online. Alan Stevens.
You know,
cool,
that's big. You know who that is, right?
Oh, that's Big Al, right?
Yeah, that's Big Al.
Shout out to Big Al
What's
right
up?
there.
What's up,
Big Al? It's cool. It's a cool song, but it's dated. What up, Big Al? All right, it's all good, man. Want to shout you out. Anybody else want to leave a comment, please leave it on our pages, that Keyword DA Radio Show. We will read those on there as we see them appear. All right, Kevin, so we talked about it a little earlier. You kind of touched on it, artists having fan bases. So how do you think these artists today, in this climate with the pandemic going on, how you think they should go ahead building a fan base?
I think it's right now it's about going live as much as possible because people's at home looking for content. So a lot of times I just be sitting up and just going through people's lives, you know, people I've never even heard of. And if it's something hot, then, you know, you never know. And most people are doing that right now. The groups, you got some groups on Facebook that have lots of members, you know, join some of these groups, try to post your music. You don't want to spam, but you know, if you got something good, post it, follow people, other artists. That's very big. A lot of times people are looking for just the fans, but they're not understanding that if you can build an alliance with other artists that's just like you, trying to get put on, but may have a bigger fan base than you have, and you guys are not competing artists, that artist may help you grow your fan base, and you may bring them some new fans. So that's important. Platforms like this, of course, is always good, you know, because it's not about how many people is watching it live. It's about the amount of people that's going to have access to this once it's uploaded and once they see the replay. You know, a lot of times people will go on a live and they're like, well, it was only 10 people watching or it was only 15 people watching. But that's at that moment. 3 weeks from now, it may be thousands of people that may have clicked on that link and watched it. So that's important too. Yeah. And trying to do features, you know, because if you get on a feature with another artist that have a bigger budget than you are, you riding off of their promo money. That was a big thing back in the day with labels, you know. Right. I mean, I have no problem if I'm, you know, say, as an example, I have no problem if I'm George Michael label putting him on a record with somebody from another label because I'm going to get the benefits of their promo budget outside of mine. When Brandy and Monica did The Boy Is Mine, 2 different labels, Atlantic and Eris.
Right.
It was Brandy's first single off of her album, but it was the name of Monica's album. So that was one of the conditions that Clive Davis said in order for Monica to do the record, you know? But when Monica came out with her album and her album was named The Boy Is Mine, people was already familiar with hearing The Boy Is Mine, so they automatically gravitated towards her album, even though it wasn't the first single off of her album. It was the first single off of Brandy's album.
Right.
You know? And what happens is now you got 2 different barcodes. The record is on both albums. So it just depends on if Monica fans are going to buy the record, then Eris is getting the sales from it. If Brandy's fans are going to buy the record, Atlantic is getting the record sales from it. You know, so that's a big thing, just trying to get on features with people that you know are going to promote and go hard in the paint for the record.
I realized the song was on both records, but you gave me that explanation that I waited probably about 15 years to finally hear about that record, and I never knew that.
Oh yeah, that's how they do it. That's how they feature. That's why, in the 90s, you saw a lot of feature artists, or hip hop artists were doing a lot of feature. And that's what they're doing. 2 labels were making money at the same time off the 2 artists. No, the royalty rate is not as large, but your promotion is large. So when you're ready to do a live show, now you got promoters ready to pay you $15, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 for a show because you're gonna fill the stadium. You know, you're gonna fill it, you know. Because I ask artists a lot of times, what makes you think I should put you on one of my shows? And you have to give me an answer saying that if you put me on your flyer and on the marquee of the building, when people see that, they're gonna come and buy tickets just because of me. If that's happening, yeah, I want you. But if I put your name on the marquee, if you don't know what a marquee is, that's like a sign on the side of the building like you see at the Forum or any stadium that you see saying what's coming up next at this facility. Your name is up there. When people see it, they're gonna come and buy tickets. And I'm not talking about $5 tickets and $10 tickets. I'm talking about at least 25 plus.
Let me give you an example of marquee value.
Go ahead.
A few years ago, I was talking to people about booking DVD and Heads of State. You know, Heads of State was Ralph, Johnny, and Bobby. And then, of course, DVD was the other 3 guys.
Right.
Okay.
And at the time, DVD was like 30,000, 35,000. Heads of State was 55 to 65,000. So that's 100,000. 6 members of New Edition. But when they put New Edition on the marquee value, those same guys become worth 125 to 175. It's the same 6 guys, but it's the difference between It's the difference between 90,000 and 125,000 low end because of the marquee value of the New Edition name compared to everybody else.
Right. Right.
And BBD has sold more records as far as one project than New Edition. So has Bobby, and so has Johnny.
Right.
Right.
Not collectively, but I'm saying as far as individual projects, New Edition has never had an album that sold more than BBD's first album. They've never had an album that sold more than Johnny's Rub You the Right Way album, and they've never had an album that sold more than Bobby Brown's Gonna Be Cool album.
Right.
But the value in that group, the marquee value, when you put New Edition on a marquee, that's where the value comes in at.
Right. Because you're getting.
I actually had somebody ask me, why would I pay $30,000 more for the same 6 niggas? That's what they asked me.
Right.
Say, because you get New Edition versus BBD and Heads of State.
Yeah, New Edition. That's what you're getting right there, and that's why that brand is worth $30,000 more. I get it. I understand.
It was funny how that really happened, how that matured, because at the time, New Edition was kind of on the top, and Ralph was the lead singer, And they thought by getting Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam, it was going to do an album with Ralph. And they thought that album was going to go big. Meanwhile, Bobby was doing, he was already, he trying to do his own thing. And that left Ricky them on the low end. They just let Ricky them go to the studio just to have fun. They didn't expect them to come out with nothing big. That they were a write-off. They session for that beat for that first album was really a write-off. And when Poison hit the market and Should Have Done Me, and Ralph was a bum out. It didn't even get close to the predictions that they thought Ralph was going to do going solo.
Well, that's what I mean when I speak of just you never know and doing something different. I tell people all the time, as somebody, because I used to manage Riz, so the thing about it is people can never get it twisted. Like right now, Ralph got the #1 record in the country, adult contemporary right now. His new single, All Mine, it's the #1 record in the country for adult contemporary. And what happens is, during that time period, once the label got behind BBD, that was a wrap. Now, understand, make no mistake about it, the Poison album was a masterpiece because they did something different, which is what we was talking about earlier when everybody said, I want the next hit, so I want the next hit. No, come with something different and just promote it right. You make people like you versus trying to come out with something that people are already in love with, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna alienate people. There's a lot of groups, there's a lot of 5-man groups that came out that was dope. And because when they came out, because New Edition fans, I was one, even after, getting older and working with some of the guys and stuff, but growing up, I was an ED fan. I wasn't trying to fuck with no other groups. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cool. It's a part in my book. Right now, I have one of the chapters in my group that I talk about Troop when I first saw them perform at the BRE conference. And Joe Levert had been talking about the group. And when I seen them, I looked at them and I told them, I was like, look at this wannabe New Edition group. But once they hit that stage, once Troop hit that stage, I saw something in them that I was like, oh, they the truth. But very few groups came out during that era, like 4x4 and some of your other groups that New Edition fans were able to gravitate towards. And the other thing with Truth is, instead of them coming out saying they wasn't trying to be like New Edition, they came out and said, we want to be just like New Edition. So therefore, now the New Edition fans gravitated towards them as well. Versus the groups that was coming out saying, I don't want to be like New Edition. I mean, everybody wanted to be like them. If you had a 5-man group, you wanted to be like New Edition, period.
And when BBD, they thought that they were going to come out.
Wanted to be.
They thought those three were going to try to be like a little bit of New Edition. They fooled everybody when they started rapping.
Yeah,
they fooled everybody. That threw everybody off. When Ricky and Ronnie, when they started rapping, and Ricky started singing, because nobody didn't know Ricky could really sing other than the group itself, because they let Ralph do all the lead. That's why Bobby Brown got mad, because they were giving Ralph too much lead and they wouldn't give him nothing. When Mr. Telephone Man came out and Bobby really showed how good he was, that was his proving platform, Mr. Telephone Man. And from there, he went on and got Babyface and Terry and not Terry Lewis, Teddy Riley. Got them to produce.
But see, even like with that, I say all the time, I think that Riz caught the bad end of the stick, because you're talking about the voice that had carried New Edition for so long. So the fans, when they got something different from even Johnny, they gravitated towards it. But make no mistake about it, New Edition as a group, like he said the other day in one of his interviews, Ralph Tresvant is the lead singer of New Edition.
Right.
New Edition is an institution that none of the rest of them are. BBD has came out with 3 albums since the Poison album, and all 3 of them have flopped.
Right, exactly.
The thing about it is that was an era, and they came with something different, and it was hot, and we gravitated towards it, and it was hip hop and R&B, and they had the dress thing. It was a whole vibe that was going on. But again, with Ralph, you know, when he came out with his album, it was so close to what New Edition was already doing that a lot of the New Edition fans, they almost somewhat felt cheated because they felt like, I'm getting New Edition sound, but I'm not getting the other 4 members, because with that group, no matter who it was, each one of them had their own individual thing.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Michael Bivins had his fans. Ronnie DeVoe, when you look at BBD right now, Ricky Bell is the lead singer of BBD, but Ronnie DeVoe is the most popular in BBD. That is DeVoe's group. No mistake, make no mistake about it.
Right.
He is the star of BBD. Ricky Bell is the lead singer. Ralph Tresvant, on the other hand, once Bobby left, he was the lead singer and the star of New Edition as a group. So it wasn't really, but if he had did his solo album when he started to do it, but he was loyal, which people don't understand that, he wasn't huge. Yeah. But his loyalty was to his dudes, and by the time he came out with his solo project, everybody else was out, and they had changed the face of what was acceptable on radio at that time. So once he serviced radio, no, Sensitivity, Stone Cold Gentleman, you know, Do What I Gotta Do, those songs couldn't compete with, you know, BBD or OPP by Naughty by Nature, other records that was out during that time period, you know, so.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's all about timing, man. It's all about timing.
Well, that's true.
Time.
That's why it's timing right here now. But speaking of time, we're about to run out of time on the show. So I want to go ahead and get the last 2 records in before we get out of here for the night. Also, I got a comment that came in. I want you to answer, Kevin and MD, before we go. And I'm gonna play the word game. I'll give you 2 words, and I want you to describe to me, Kevin, what those words should mean to independent artists in today's climate. So let's go ahead and jump into the next song right here. Again, one more after this one. This one is Jimmy Mack. Song is called Take Chances. Jimmy Mack. Song is called Take Chances. Let's make it happen. The Head Nodders session, powered by the radio show.
Fire emoji if this song is bad. No! Sad emoji if this song is whack. You decide what we download. Download. Right here. On the Head Nodders session, powered by the radio show.
Take chances, stay calm and be savage. Life's full of hardship, still trying to live lavish. Blessed with a quick mind, slick rhymes and real skills. Learn to stay on my toes where you can get killed. And the young be restless, chasing payoffs and quick cash. I was one of them, but I'm learning to think fast and react with precision, even under constant pressure. The value of life experience just can't be measured. Still trying to rise in a city that's the most expensive. Somehow I survive and even thrive amongst aggression. Still young at heart, but it's tainted by realistic visions. Against all odds, count blessings and react with wisdom. Still bet on myself and collect the biggest profits. Even in tough positions, I got several options. Now it's time to apply all I've learned and keep hustling. It's taken a lifetime of struggle, but now I'm bubbling. I've been betting hella stacks and investing in my raps. Started out slow, but now I'm stacking hella scratch. I be playing for keeps, while mostly playing it safe. In life, you gotta take chances, keep raising the stakes. I've been betting hella
All right, that's that Jimmy Mack, Take Chances. Jimmy Mack, song's called Take Chances. I'm gonna take a chance on you, Kevin, and let you give me your thoughts on this one real quick here.
That one'll work. I don't know if it's a hit, but it'll definitely work.
That'll work? Well, okay.
Yeah, it'll work. I mean, like I told you earlier, man, I'm looking for hit records.
Right.
I'm looking for superstar artists, because it's not none really out right now.
Right.
That record though, that's a good record. Radio will definitely play that record.
Okay. All right. MD, what it be? What you think, man?
I'm probably on the same page because he had some flow. It just musically, he had a direction, but I guess that hook line didn't stick to me. Like it's supposed to
stick to you.
The hook line was close to the way he was doing the verse too. And you want to kind of change up on your hook line. You want to make your hook line the most exciting part of your song, because that's the part of the song that everybody is going to learn first. The people think they're going to learn your verses first. They're going to learn your hook line first, and once they learn the hook line, then they're going to learn your song. And so, but he had it was a very nice flow, and I will play it, and I will help promote it. But I think he needed to go in and work on that hook line just a little bit more, put a little bit more energy in the hook line. Make it stand out. Make that hook line stand out.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this last one in real quick, Jim, because I actually got to get off in just a second here. But let's go ahead and jump into this last one. This one is Young Trap. Song's called My Ex. Young Trap. Song is called My Ex.
Right? Girlfriend problem.
Yeah, girlfriend problems. Let's do it right now, man. It's a radio show. Sorry, the Head Nodded Session powered by the radio show. I'm sorry, that's the same record. Hold on.
Yep, sure is. I can say, wow, they got the same. They both did what Lil Jon used to do. Give all the artists the same track.
I keep ignoring the text. She just keep calling, but I just keep balling, but I'm kinda missing that. Yeah, yellow go rollie, I flash, yeah. Convertible beamer, no Lexus. I just put up on a home girl. She keep on acting so desperate. I just ran up on a Riri. Something you see on the TV. Diamonds is dancing like breezy. Your money bows like I'm Wheezy. I might pull up to a job in a rose and I show her the stars. Boy, I'm drippy, I'm more than a car. When we break up, I'm breaking her heart. I wanna stand on my ex. Don't pay that no respect. Now she crying with regret.
It's that Young Trap, My Ex. Young Trap, My Ex right there. All right. MD, what's up?
Hey, I like that. I like the way he created his lines. I like how he separated his hook line from his verse. The intro looked a little bit too long. And, he said that just a little bit too long before he got to the meat of the story, which is the first verse. And then he can go ahead and do it. But he separated the hook from his verse. I read them all the way. I would go with that. That was a very nice song. The track was good, music, instrumental track, or the track was good. And I like the energy he was putting down the energy. Yeah. Now, he made it sound convincing that his ex ain't about nothing.
Okay. All right, Kevin, your thoughts?
Best song of the night. It's the best song of the night.
Best song of the night. Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah. It's the best song of the night. It's a great way to end the show. I fucks with that one.
Okay. That's what's up. Yeah, that's I'm glad we say the best for last right there. All right, Kevin, two words. I need an answer for both real quick for artists, independent artists, as far as what these things should mean to them. Number one, seminar and conference. What do they mean? Why artists should deal with seminars and conferences now?
Relationship and education to know how to navigate through this industry.
Okay, that's what's up. Number two, showcase. Should artists deal with showcases? Yes or no?
I think they should if they're ready, But a lot of times artists want to showcase and they're not really ready. They can make you or they can break you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Can an artist use a showcase to build a fan base?
Most definitely.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. No
Okay.
question.
All
You
right.
know. In fact, if you're smart, if you knew a lot of showcase promoters, what you would do is you tell a promoter, I'll pay you a little extra amount of money to put my face on your flyers and your promotion as your special guest, and let me come on your stage not as a contestant, but as a special guest artist. And especially if you have a song that internet radio is playing it.
Exactly.
You know, so that's how you use showcase, because everybody gonna have to have a place to perform on stage. And like major artists, they do their little promotional tour. You know, they don't charge for people to come see them. They want people to see them because they're gonna be debuting their first song from the album, and they want people to kind of get used to them. So they go around doing promotional tours, and that's what you can do as an artist. You can find showcases across the country. You can map yourself out to go to all these showcases as a special guest, and have that one single that you have, the radio show and all the rest of these radio programs that does independent music, you know, playing your music, playing your instrumental, not your instrumental, but playing your song, your single. And that's the last song you perform on the stage. If they let you do multiple songs, you make sure your single is the very last song. You close it off with your single, let everybody know, my brand new single. You know, you go to my website, pay for the download and blah, blah, this, and here we go. And give a good show. I mean, just don't be standing up on the stage holding your shit, you know, or as a female would do, just trying to look cute and twerk a little bit. People's not interested in that. They're interested to see how well you can entertain them. You know, they can get a twerk going to a exotic night, you know, to a strip bar or something, and get lap dance. They can get that easily. They want to see somebody on stage going to entertain them. I paid $20 to see you.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, give me my money's worth.
That's
know?
what's up, man. But finally, before we get up out of here, one more for you both to answer, and we out the door on this one right here. Big Al threw this out there. I see this on there, and I want to get your opinion on that.
What up, Big Al?
The problem is with some of the old school artists is that they don't know how to bridge the gap for the path to today's generation. What do you think about that? Has been a good bridging of the gap between the old and the new? What's up?
Well, I agree with him 100% on that. And with me, you know, coming in the industry at such a young age, I have a lot of relationships with a lot of people from the old school, as well as a lot of young people, you know, having kids and stuff like that. So I had those conversations a lot. At some point, that has to happen, because if it doesn't, we're gonna miss something. You follow what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of the old school people used to always say that drum machines put the drummers out of business. No, because if you a drummer, once technology came along, what you should have done was learn how to program a drum machine. So
Right.
It's almost like the disconnect is really a certain level of envy. I hate to say it like that, but it really is. And I realized that by talking to so many people from the old school, they envy the fact that some of these young producers is able to use Fruity Loops and make more money off one record than they made their entire career. But what they need to do is do, like, for instance, JD and some of these other producers, Manuel Seal. Manuel Seal is 60 years old, and he does a lot of JD's keyboard playing. So it's like the producers that produce BBDs, what was it? Not Poison, but
You Ought to Be With Me?
not I forget the record, but no, actually it was Poison, Spider-Man and Freeze, or you know what, one of them records. But all in all, DJ Epic and Wolf, that's what it was. Well, Wolf was an old dude, and DJ Epic was a young dude. Together, they made great music. So we have to be able to bridge that gap, man. Like,
Yeah.
really, really important. I think Snoop and Charlie Wilson did it good together.
Right.
And what it did was it gave Snoop an audience, but it also
Right.
brought Charlie back. You follow what I'm saying? So
Right.
Exactly.
He working with these young cats.
Yeah, that was just like R. Kelly
Oh,
and Ron Isley.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
they
You know?
rich too.
I
Because
mean, Mr. Biggs was a whole nother. There's people that knew who Mr. Biggs was that never even knew the Isley Brothers even existed. Just like
Exactly.
Uncle right now, a lot of young people know nothing about the Gap Band's music. They know
Charlie.
Charlie Wilson, Uncle Charlie with Snoop and
Right.
Justin Timberlake and all of these cats.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he's had a whole other career.
He could, yeah.
So that's really important. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
That's what's up,
Yeah.
man. I'm with that.
Somebody like, Ice Cube should do that. Bring a rapper in and feature on his product.
And see, when you speak of artists like Cube, it's interesting you say that because it was done for him when he was with George Clinton and stuff like that. So now it's time for them to do the same thing for some of the younger artists that's coming up in the game now.
Exactly. Keep the tradition going.
Exactly.
Because right now I'd be looking at BET videos, and now I'm seeing more bubblegum music. In other words, popish, little rock music with a hip hop beat put on. And those are the only songs that BET would really air on their network. And people understand BET is not a black programming network.
You're right.
They're not. Viacom own them. That's a strictly blue-blooded organization. And that's why you see a lot of black artists singing to a lot of popish type music now, with a hip hop beat to it.
Right. Well, Jim, I'm going to stop you right there. I got to go. We're out of time, an hour and a half, so we out of time.
Wow.
But I want to thank you, Kevin, for joining us. Go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you real quick. If they want you to spit more game to them.
I'm on all social medias at I am Kevin J Nelson. That's IamKevinJNELSON. LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, pretty much all the same. Or you can find me at Billionaire Grindset. That's my other Instagram page. Chartvision.com, CHARTVISION.com. That's our website. Look me up, holler at me.
That's what's up, man. Well, Kevin, I want to thank you for joining us, man. It's been a long time coming for this, and I want to thank you for coming through, man, and thank you for spreading that game. And when we do that seminar, thank you. I'm glad you did.
I'm looking forward to the next Industry Connects, man.
But we're going to try to do one online first.
We're doing an online one coming soon.
And we're going to include you as on one of the workshops.
Oh, you definitely in.
Let me know what's up.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Definitely. Big shout out to Corey Sims for checking us out as well. What's up? Also,
what up, Corey?
Yeah, what up,
Corey? Corey used to work at Chartvision.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
we need to get Corey on here. Maybe next week we can work on getting Corey on here.
He's real knowledgeable, man. He's a real knowledgeable dude, man. Matter of fact, he went hard in the paint when we was doing our Be Seen, Be Heard. He was like one of our top recruiters as far as bringing artists in, man. Corey's a good dude and he's very knowledgeable about the industry.
Oh, okay. Well, Corey, you see what's going on. You see what we doing. Hey, DM me, Corey. We need to get you on here with the next couple of weeks, man. Let you take Kevin's spot for one night. So make that move right now. DM
and let me give a shout out to my nephew KD. He's featured on a new single called Tina Marie. It's done by a Latino artist named Invisible, and it's featuring KD. Yeah, he's on YouTube. They got a video they did, and it's fresh. You when you hear the track, you gonna know it came from an old school song. And it's really neat. We're gonna be getting it for the radio show soon. But KD told me that he's working on his new project because he want to get out there. So give a shout out to KD. I told him if he didn't do nothing, I was gonna bring back a song that we did together. I don't rap. I was producing it, called Back on Deck. And that's where we go. That's kind of promotion I might do with him when he start coming back. We're going to have the theme back on deck and use back on deck music, part of the promotions.
All right. Well, that's what's up, man. We'll definitely want to give a shout out to Presley, Girl Gone Bad, Ramona Moore, Counsel My Soul, and also Jimmy Mack, Take My Chances, and Young Trap, My Ex. Those are the songs that moved on. Congratulations to them. Those are the songs that moved on to Play It or Slay It, which will be on the feature edition of the radio show. Also, don't forget to check out the For the Love of Music podcast, Angels Clubhouse. Make that happen every Wednesday. The link goes out, so be on the lookout for that. Follow Angels Clubhouse for more information for that podcast.
Or Facebook, yeah.
Remember to check out the Head Now session every Thursday night, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 1 a.m. Eastern. Next Thursday night, we'll have another exciting industry professional down with us.
Hold up. You said what time Eastern?
8 o'clock, 11 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
Finally, what is 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time is the radio show every Monday night with myself, MD, Artist Monique, and Mary Alex. And we make that happen every Monday night, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 1 a.m. Eastern. So we got a lot in store for that coming up Monday night. We have another exciting guest coming up for the radio show as well on Monday night. All right, Kevin, again, thank you for joining us, man. And we look forward to doing this down the road with you, okay?
All right, for sure. I'll holler.
Okay.
Love having you.
Definitely. That was Kevin Nelson, man, right there. A&R, consultant of Universal Republic and CEO of Chart Vision Incorporated, joining us right here tonight, man. So thank you all for joining us. We hope you learned a lot about the music industry, which we do each and every Thursday night here on the Head Now session. We hope you loved or hate those songs. Please like, comment, share, get the link out there to everybody. And, man, we'll see you next Thursday night on the Head Now session, Monday night on the radio show. We're done.